Garrett, this perp, and now I am hyped for season 3 of Young Justice, aka The Outsiders, or whatever the fuck it's called. This is going to be my first impressions of season 2 of Young Justice, and I gotta say, this is everything I wanted in the first season. Not taking anything away from the first season, I still have my issues, but I can appreciate it more after watching season 2. We hop right into a 5-year time jump, which is, I'm like, god damn, that's a pretty hefty time jump. I wonder what the fuck happened. So a lot happened. You had fucking from fucking Roy's clone knocking up Cheshire, I don't know how to pronounce her name, knocking up Artemis' sister. They got a kid. I was like, what? And then you had Superboy and Miss Martian break up. I don't know what at first I was like, what the fuck happened to them? And she going out with some fishy ass nigga. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is going on now? And so much shit is happening in the beginning of the series. I love every moment of it. The most OP characters I'm looking at this whole entire series is Miss Martian and Satana. Even though we didn't get too much of Satana's story in this one, a lot of characters from the first season took a back seat. But I learned to appreciate Miss Martian's character a lot more in the second one. Didn't really like her character in the first season, but grew to really like her character in this season. It was way more aggressive. You could tell that this ain't no kiddie shit no more. They definitely upped the ante with this one. I like how they made it more mature in some cases. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you got Artemis and Wally fucking dating, bro. Oh my god, bro. I was like, yo, what the fuck happened the last 5 fucking years, bro? That shit had me. I was just like, wow. And I really liked that one episode they had with Lobo in the earlier episodes of the season. And they really, it's everything I said in my first impressions of the first season of Young Justice. Cut this shit down to 20 episodes, and you got a really good, solid show. And that's what exactly they did with this. And it, didn't drag on too much. I can get through it, But overall, great. I like this story way more than the first one. The first season really felt like a lot of fan service. I could be off, but that's what the feeling I was getting from the first season. And once again, it's a little negative, but Dick Grayson, Nightwing, takes a huge major backseat again, thinking that he is going to play a huge part. But who really takes his shine once again is Aqualad. And Aqualad is my favorite character in this whole entire series. He has been consistent. Wally is like my second. Superboy is my third now. I got a lot more respect for Miss Martian. And also, I like how they touched on everything that had to do with Blue Beetle and how he played a major key in this whole entire season. That was really cool. And I'm interested to see if they make a live action movie about Blue Beetle, which is I heard they're doing, that's in development. And I'm way more interested now to see that now. Pretty much. But I just really like everything from the time skip Because I thought, like, how is this going to work out? It's 5 years. They got to really do some explaining, you know. But as soon as this series start, it just goes, man. And then, not to even to mention, they find, which was kind of random. I don't know, I probably missed it, but it felt kind of random how they all of a sudden just found Roy's, the real Roy. Both those characters are dicks, man. I like Clone Roy, but the real Roy is a whole dick, bro. Pause. He is a whole dick. He is an asshole, and he calls himself Arson. And he has some interesting moments. Like, he's kind of, I like his character a little bit more. You know, he's kind of that solo rebel shit. You know, even though it was kind of repetitive from the first season, I was cool with it now. But Roy definitely just stay off the fucking show, bro. I don't really need, like, you serve no purpose. Clone Roy, I'm cool with. And I love how they explain in these whole 5 years. In all these 5 years, he was sitting there looking for the real Roy, and he was battling himself because finding out that he was a clone fucked him up from the first season. That would fuck me up too. And then, like, to know you have a kid, and, like, he just doesn't feel like himself, and he just has a huge identity crisis. But the main event of this whole entire season, I did not see coming. And why I really fuck with Aqualad, and how they straight up played, and how they let me before I get into the whole Aqualad shit, let me talk about the Light and what is it, the Reach, the Light and the Reach. You know, it's crazy how the whole first season set that up for the Reach to come out, and this is be the you thinking, oh, this is the real villain, this is the real, you know, antagonist and whatnot, even though the Light in the background is still manipulating the Reach. And I really like that whole dynamic. We had a interesting feud between villain versus villains, like where the people where Blue Beetle comes from, you know, all of them fighting our main villains and stuff, and that was really cool. And I say that to go back to the Aquaman, not the Aquaman, Aqualad shit. That whole scene where they faked Artemis's death was so crazy, because that whole plan could have blew up in their face, even though it wasn't, because you already know plot. But I really liked how they built that up and made it believable. And you just see, and you just see after that moment, you see a lot of characters that you wouldn't normally, well, I wouldn't normally thought would get so much screen time, like Sportsmaster. Sportsmaster, man, is another sleeper character on this. He really did his thing, for me at least. He did his thing. The whole shit. I almost forgot, man. My nigga Impulse. God damn. I'm drawing a blank on his name. I might be just, I don't know. He is Barry Allen's grandson. He is a fucking dope ass character. Very Spider-Man-esque like. Very Spider-Man-esque like, meets Miles Morales, like Peter Parker, Miles Morales type person. More so than Wally. He has a little bit more humor and personality than Wally. But Wally also has grown in this series. And boy, that sacrifice he made, I don't know if he's gonna come back in the third season, or if he's completely gone, or if they're gonna have to do an episode where they have to go try to get him back or something like that. But that whole, oh my god, that ending was crazy. These last few episodes of this season were really well put together. This season has been everything I wanted from the first, but I'm still hyped to see the third. yeah, that's my first impressions on the second season of Young Justice Invasion. And I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'll check y'all out later. Peace.
As we come to the end of this phase of our life, we find ourselves trying to remember the good times and trying to forget the bad times. We find ourselves thinking about the future. We start to worry, thinking, what am I going to do? Where am I going to be in 10 years? But I say to you, hey, look at me. Please, don't worry so much. I'll be back.